When you're not studying, what do you like to do with your time?
So outside of studying, I'm like a blues athlete. So just to like clarify, blues is like the top kind of level, so university level. So you compete for the university in like varsity. So like varsity for athletics is this weekend, and then because I was injured, I missed rugby varsity last week. But we moved. There's always next year. But yes, I do rugby and athletics, and I was did a tiny bit of powerlifting. I was meant to go back, but then the pandemic hit, so it was quite hard to keep up with that. I'm also heavily involved in the ACS, and as of tomorrow, I'm vice president, which sounds really scary, but it's really exciting. What else do I do? And I'm part of the Oxford Commercial Awareness Society as well, and Oxford Commercial Law Society. So I do quite a bit outside of my studies, so like sport kind of careers in an ACS. So it's like a range, and I think that like really helps because it's nice to be able to like log off your lecture or like doing your reading and just go to like IFLI, which is like the sports grounds, or to like go to an ACS event, or yeah, it's just nice to have like a variety of things. I think it just really adds to the whole experience. It's quite boring to just come and do your degree. I think it's nice to just add layers on top and just be social. Yeah, and that's how you meet loads of people outside college, which keeps you sane.
Definitely keeps you sane, and congrats, Madam Vice President. Yeah, but that sounds lovely, a nice balance. Anyone else want to jump on this?
I was gonna say sleep because I do feel like I catch up on like an insane amount of sleep outside of my degree, and like I definitely I have very much been like a vetter for like, you know, including sleep in like an actual hobby. I wanted to see if I could put it on my CV because like I'm a pro at this point. But outside, like seriously, like outside of my degree, I think sometimes it's a bit hard for me to separate my degree from my hobbies because I do really genuinely enjoy it. So for example, I started like a society this year called the Black Legacy Society. So we look at like kind of reinstating historical narratives of Black alumni and Black communities of Oxford back into Oxford's history and Oxford contemporary narrative as well, mostly to kind of showcase, you know, prospective students that, you know, there is a history of Blackness here, and also to kind of, again, just to celebrate, you know, Blackness within Oxford itself, because there is so much history that's missed out. So that's something that I started this year. But in terms of hobbies, like I mean, I now I feel like I'm really boring because there's not really a lot, as I've mentioned before, a lot of the things that I do are associated with history in one way or another. I mean, yeah, so yeah, I would say that like a lot of the things that I do like are associated like with my degree or like, you know, with my interests. So yeah, sorry that it wasn't as like interesting as Chimdi's.
I think that's interesting too. Xaira didn't mention she's on the Race and Resistance Committee and another Race Equalities Committee too. Yeah, just because they overlap with your subject don't mean they're not interesting.
I think a big one is rowing, and it's a hilariously stereotypical thing at this point. I think it's something like absurd, like 80% of Pembroke first years tried rowing or something, or signed up for novice outings. I mean, we're so well like positioned, so we may as well. And yeah, that's really fun. It's really good to have a try. I'd never done it before, so that was really fun. And also I'm like really tall, so that was helpful. And I guess building off that, I also play basketball. And before I'd like rusticated, I was playing at a high level, and I was really enjoying it. And it's good. We've got a new coach for the basketball team who used to be GB, so we're actually playing at a good level now. I guess outside of sport, kind of echoing what's already been said, but you can really kind of do or be a part of societies which are adjacent to your subject. And so for me, that is a lot of kind of editorial work and working with publications. Because I'm an English student, I really do enjoy that side of things. So I've loved kind of writing articles, lots of reviewing of articles, but also doing it in not just the news sites, but also my favorite is Oxford History Review, which is a fairly new little publication, but I'm just one of the editors there, and it's something where I can do things which are associated with my I know I do English, not history, but lots of overlap. But still do something which is, again, adjacent to my degree, but outside of it. And I think the biggest thing is that the careers office here is insane. And so, as I say, I've had to take time out since kind of February time. And so I took some time out just so it's health conditions. So I just had to kind of take some time out, rest and recuperate. But what was really good is that we've got a ridiculous number of internships and micro internships and things like that. So I've been really fortunate to be doing, got a couple of them lined up, and I'm doing one right now actually. So it's just doing things like kind of to do with publishing, heritage, libraries, nerdy stuff like that. But there are just a huge range of them, and yeah, there are really, that's a really good thing to do if you've got any spare time during like the vacations or just like micro internships, which are only 5 days. There's some really, really fantastic things out there.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I hope you enjoy your internship. And Reco, would you like to go?
Yeah, I'd love to say like I do loads of history stuff, but for someone that does history, I literally do nothing related to it outside of like my degree. But I think I will probably start doing that next year. But what I do is I'm in like the Pembroke football team, and I'm like a social member of the Pembroke rugby team. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to get hit on the field. I just go to like the events and stuff. I'm also like involved in the Pembroke JCR for next year. So I'm gonna be like race and ethnic minorities rep, which is gonna be pretty cool. Just trying to like make sure that Pembroke's doing their part, I guess. And I'm also gonna be involved in the ACS as West Africa officer, so that's gonna be cool as well. Just making sure that all events like have West Africans involved and West African culture involved. That's gonna be really fun. So that's basically what I'm doing now, and I think it is really important to just get yourself stuck in with stuff. Like, just don't be scared to, or don't be shy to. Don't feel like you might not get the position and stuff. Like, whatever you feel like you're able to do, just go for it. But also make sure that you're not overextending yourself. I guess your degree is still like your main priority. So just try to balance stuff out, but also make sure that you are enjoying yourself and are taking part in extracurriculars.
There can be a real kind of culture of, look how much I'm doing, look how many things I'm doing, and especially with kind of the corporate world. I've kind of recently taken that step away, so to speak, where I was very set on being a lawyer, and now I'm kind of leaning more into publishing and things like that. But anyway, there is a very much, also with LinkedIn, there's just a huge culture of like, I'm really happy to announce I've done this, and oh look, I'm on like 7 insight days, and it's like, it can honestly it can be a lot, and there can be a huge kind of, you can feel the pressure of, oh well, damn, I'm doing nothing, like what am I doing? I'm only doing my degree. But at the end of the day, like, you've got several years for one. Also, it depends on your degree, but also you don't have to apply for everything and do everything the second you get here. And I mean, you can throw yourself maybe even just into one role. If you happen to be like, there's a society you really do quite enjoy, and you'd quite like a role in that, you can just be that, and then kind of hold that role for a while and really make deep changes, as opposed to kind of chopping and changing and just padding out a CV. And that's not to say that people are doing that, but it can feel like that at times, that people are just racking up things, and it can feel very intense. And if that's for you, go ahead. If you happen to be that way inclined and that's just how, like, what you love, more power to you. But just there isn't any pressure to actually do a lot of things, just in case you feel like they're listening to people, because I know a lot, especially Chimdi, she does bits, it's crazy, she's does a lot, and yeah, it's mad, it is mad. But no, yeah, that's not knocking her at all, but it's just like, yeah, if that's not you, don't feel like it has to be.
Yeah, and that's great. Thank you so much, Nick. Yeah, Chimdi?
I was just going to quickly add, I guess what you can see from today is that the Oxford experience isn't just one experience. And I guess that's why sometimes I almost get frustrated with like the question, can you fit in? Because I think there isn't one bubble to fit in here at Oxford. Everybody's experience is so different, and people are different, like inclined to do different things. For me, like, I can't sit still, I have to be doing stuff. So that's why I just do so many things, because being bored, I just can't do it. Like, so yeah, just to like really reiterate that, because Oxford is so unique, I think what makes Oxford so a lovely place to be is everybody is unique, and it's just a bubble of unique people coming together to just study what they love and enjoy. So just, I think, take it more of that route and just understand that you have to be like yourself and like take your own path, and even when you get here. So yeah, hopefully that's come across in like all the answers we've given. It's a very individualized experience.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for that, Chimdi, for sure. Individualized and it's self-driven. So you do however much or however little you want to do.